Welcome back to Auto Vista, where we explore the stories behind the most iconic machines ever built. Today, we're diving into the legacy of one of the most beloved pickup trucks in American automotive history, the 1957 Chevrolet C series. A vehicle that didn't just transport goods, it carried the dreams and ambitions of an entire generation. Now, if you're a fan of vintage pickups, you probably already know there's something magical about the late 50s era. The post-war boom was in full swing, and America was obsessed with style, chrome, and horsepower. Chevrolet, already a dominant player in the truck game, introduced the CK series in 1955, but by 1957, they had hit their stride. That year's model was more than just a working man's tool, it was a symbol of progress, freedom, and American craftsmanship. Let's start with the styling. The 1957 Chevy CK pickup was part of what's known as the Task Force series. It followed the legendary Advanced Design series that had dominated the early 50s. While the earlier models were utilitarian and boxy, the 57 had curves, a distinctive front end, and a more car-like feel. It featured a wraparound windshield, a big innovation at the time, and optional panoramic rear glass, giving the driver improved visibility and a more modern look. The hood was sleeker, the grille more aggressive, and there was no mistaking this truck for anything but a Chevy, with the bold V-shaped emblem front and center. But looks were only part of the equation. Underneath the hood, the 1957 CK offered some serious upgrades. You had a choice of engines, including the dependable Thriftmaster inline-6 and, more notably, the newly refined 283 cubic inch V8. This small block V8 gave the truck a real punch and signaled Chevrolet's commitment to blending utility with performance. That engine could push out up to 185 horsepower, impressive for a pickup of its era. In fact, it wasn't uncommon for these trucks to double as daily drivers and weekend hot rods. Chevy didn't stop at engine improvements. The 1957 model featured a redesigned frame for better stability and ride quality. It had improved suspension geometry, making it more comfortable for long hauls or uneven back roads. Buyers could choose between the half-ton 3100 series, the three-quarter-ton 3200, and the heavy-duty 1-ton 3600. Each configuration had its own strengths, depending on how much load you planned to carry. The step-side and fleet-side bed options offered flexibility for business owners, farmers, and everyday folks alike. The interior of the 57 Chevy CK was also ahead of its time. While still minimal by today's standards, it offered features that many trucks of the time ignored. There was a stylish two-tone dashboard, chrome detailing, and the option for a factory-installed radio and heater. Even the seat upholstery got an upgrade, with vinyl and cloth combinations that gave a touch of luxury without sacrificing durability. Now let's talk about what it meant to own one of these trucks in 1957. This wasn't just a tool to get work done, it was a lifestyle vehicle. Chevrolet knew their audience well. They marketed the truck not just to farmers or tradesmen, but to families and young men eager to show off something that looked good on the road. You could haul a load of lumber Monday through Friday, then take your date to the drive-in on Saturday night, and look damn good doing it. Over time, the 1957 Chevy CK has become a collector's favorite, and it's easy to see why. Restorers love the simple mechanics, the bold lines, and the way these trucks seem to embody everything great about mid-century American design. You'll find them at classic car shows, on farm roads, and even on custom hot rod circuits. Some are restored to factory condition with meticulous attention to detail. Others are heavily modified with modern LS engines, air suspension, and custom paint jobs that keep the original spirit alive but add a modern twist. And here's something that many fans don't know. While the CK naming convention is familiar to later generations of Chevy trucks, it technically wasn't used widely until the 1960s. In 1957, these pickups were just known by their series numbers, 3100, 3200, 3600, etc. But collectors and enthusiasts often refer to them as the early CK trucks because they laid the foundation for what would become the legendary CK line that lasted all the way through 1998. One of the most underrated aspects of the 1957 Chevy pickup is its build quality. These trucks were built to last. Many of them survived decades of hard work in tough conditions, especially in rural America. You'll still find original examples tucked away in barns, hiding under layers of dust, just waiting for someone to bring them back to life. And when they do, it's like uncovering a time capsule, a rolling piece of American history. Let's not forget the emotional connection people have with these trucks. Talk to any classic Chevy owner, and you'll hear stories of learning to drive in Grandpa's 57, or of rebuilding one in their garage with their kids. These vehicles aren't just metal and rubber, they're memories, milestones, and legacies. There's a soul to these trucks that's hard to explain until you've sat behind the wheel, gripped that steering wheel, and felt the rumble of a small block V8 under your feet. In today's world of advanced electronics, turbocharged engines, and high-tech driver assists, it's easy to overlook the charm of something simple. But the 1957 Chevrolet CK reminds us of a time when trucks were raw, honest machines. There were no touchscreens or lane departure warnings, just a steel body, a roaring engine, and the open road. And sometimes, that's all you really need. Whether you're a hardcore Chevy fan, a classic truck enthusiast, or just someone who appreciates timeless design, the 1957 CK pickup is a reminder of why we fell in love with cars and trucks in the first place. It's not just a vehicle, it's an icon. A piece of Americana that continues to inspire and excite, nearly 70 years after it first rolled off the assembly line. Thanks for riding along with us today on Auto Vista. If you enjoyed this trip into classic truck history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more stories like this, and leave a comment below. What's your favorite classic truck, and what memories do you have of the 1957 Chevy? Until next time, keep your wheels turning and your passion burning.